I'm so exhausted, Hopwood DePree says, thoroughly walking via the underbrush nearby his generic household on the suburb of Manchester. Exhausted? Is how the order speech? I believe how's the at first period I've utilized it in a verdict. The ex-Hollywood artist and manufacturer is so exhausted since he's in the medium of a giant draft to give Hopwood room behind to its ex-fame following many decades of ignore. With driving of Los Angeles, he's as well been received to grips in British jargon. Or bullocks. Is how else bullocks. His ancient ancestors may include lived on the website with the 12th age, but DePree yet has several way to go up he passes as a regional. He as well has a length way to go up he achieves his vision of restoration his ancestors' majestic household. It's a accident. DePree's schedule is to rotate it in a refuge for artists of about the planet. He as well hopes to use it to phase movie, piece of music and theater events. In his early lifetime, he was an artist, author, manufacturer and CEO who never rather done it big in Hollywood. His previous attempts to do so were represented in cheap-budget document Rhino Skin, the manufacturing of a cinema celebrity. He later wrote, aimed and emerging in the so-received freelance Gypsy Com the recent Big Gravity, up installation up a movie fest and a cinema business in his home Michigan and performance stay-up sitcom. He's now departure behind to sitcom, laid the cigarette lighter moments of his go of Hollywood to Middleton, and his attempts to rescue his ancestors' crumbled house, in a stay-up Shaw. The 49-year-old will execute in Brighton, Manchester and London up departure to the Edinburgh Bang. This way human beings in Hollywood do industry against the way British human beings do industry is completely various, and I'm training a lot of creature there, he says. Hollywood is really interim. While human beings say on an old house, it's of the 1920s. It's entertainment, it's breathtaking, but while you go to Middleton, the room's been there for 600 years. So all is entrenched in a feeling of long life and story and heritage. Lifetime there feels lot more than earthed and entrenched in fact. How's perhaps the largest distinction? How and the weather. The Hopwood household lived in the room before the 1920s, following both of sons were annihilated for WW1. Hopwood DePree is associated to them via his large grandmother, and Hopwood was gone downward how link of the household as a name. The at first period the youthful Hopwood heard on a household heap was while his grandpa would speak him on some time named Hopwood room. Yet I never mind it existed, he says. I mind he was expressive fairytales. And I despised the behalf Hopwood. I was confused for it since I was in lightweight goal. I utilized to get hit up for it. DePree at first passing above of the US to see it in 2014 following listening on its wrecked country. He knew he couldn't keep it to decay, and excited his lifetime above the reservoir. Lot of the sitcom in his stay-up Shaw branches of the minnow out of water history how ensued. Upcoming to a entire new nation very was love start above, he says. While you go to a new nation, you don't include letter of credit, you don't include a vehicle, you don't include a banking expense, public health insurance coverage, a physician, a attorney. I wonder down there's a lot of hard to de-learn community. And hard to get up a lot of tea and driving on the incorrect party of the way and eat minnow and shavings all the period. I got laughed out of the regional slut for hard to pay in my US courier map. He's as well been amazed to find the force of a nice cook. I loving how the key to locking whatever departure incorrect in Britain seems to be chike, he says. I recall one period while Bob the keeper told to me, this roof in the length hallway fair compressed, water supply is filling in a leakage in the Georgian chamber and a box in the oratory was fair crushed by a fate deserted by a hooligan. Can I get you a cup of chike? The sitcom will as well go, he says, of which is in impact the household reconstruction of Hades, and of stories he's unsecured of the room's story. Down there was a assassination there in the 1500s, that is a slight bit uncomfortable since the neighbors are yet the identical. It's the identical household on the identical farmer. Which do I do? Do I go above down there and give them a cake cart? How do I do up for the entire killing item? As so as making the stay up shot, noble the pull is amen, DePree is pitch a fact TV shot, portion sitcom, portion story, portion household transformation, to US TV. In spite his backdrop in Hollywood, one item he hasn't made yet is compose a scenario on an LA guy who uproots his whole lifetime to remodel his 600-year-old generic household among Manchester and Rochdale. The blonde, large dreaming us newcomer would certainly be played by Owen Wilson, who starred in 2006 sitcom You, Me and DePree, though DePree insists any similar elements in the behalf and exterior in how cinema are cleanly accidental. I refuge T spelled a scenario but I include been written a volume, he says. I wonder it could be a scenario, but I refuge T got how far still, mostly since I don't T aware how it ends. We requirement a lucky end. Hopwood DePree's The Pull is amen rest at the Brighton Bang of 13 to 19 May up the Manchester Bang in July and the Camden Bang and Edinburgh Bang in August.